Okay guys, now we're in the attic over at Damon's house. We'll be doing a replacement of this air handler and the main supply plenum box here, as well as a new pan, new safety pan, and a new emergency wet switch. Will go down on the other side of the pan there. All of our condensate drains, excuse me, look good, so we can reuse the existing condensation drain lines. Everything's kind of built up on 2x4s, a little 2x4 box there. So once we get everything out, we'll kind of determine what we need to do to make sure everything's nice and level. We'll tie into the existing return box down on this side. So we'll tie back into that. We may have to do a little bit of adjustment to that to get everything to fit. And then we're going to build a new supply plenum on the supply side, because we're going to have to take this one out in order to get all of our equipment up here. There's already walkboards and lights in the attic, so that's already been set up for us. So that should be everything up here. Okay guys, we're looking at the basement system now. So this is another 2.5 ton air handler. We're gonna pull this unit out. This wall is actually just a little faux wall. That's gonna come out as well. There's nothing load bearing there. So that wall will come down. We're gonna take this entire unit and turn it 90 degrees so it's facing out towards where the shelf is currently right now. We're probably gonna move it down one way or the other. Our return is currently panned out in the ceiling here. There's one central return for the whole first floor. So essentially what we're gonna be doing here is my new return is gonna come down out of this panning to the floor. We're going to set a box underneath the new air handler, a filter right before the box, and then everything will push back up into the existing ductwork here. Potentially going to have to put in a 6-inch run somewhere. I'll determine that whenever I check all of the load calculation. But my refrigerant lines here are properly sized so we can reuse those. The condensate runs through this hose into the existing return box and into the other room to a condensation pump. So we'll change that around. We're just going to put a condensation pump on the right side of the unit, pump all of the condensate up here and through this little hole, and then we'll go over to the drain for the washer and dryer and dump our condensate over there. You can see this is the condensate drain line that comes from the second floor. So we'll tie right into that. That should be everything for this one that I can think of now. Here's our outdoor condensers, so we'll pull both of these units. We'll put new concrete preform pads down on the ground underneath each one of them. The refrigerant lines can stay. We'll re-insulate the suction line on that far one there, and we'll go ahead and take the insulation off of this one and re-insulate it with a heavier duty insulation. 2 new disconnect boxes for each one with electrical lifts going into each system. There is a gate over here for you to access the backyard, and then there's access on the other side of the house as well. All right, I'm in Damon's basement. We have a Challenger load center. This is a 200 amp panel, and then there's a 100 amp sub panel coming off of it. This one's pretty loaded up. A lot of the breakers have already been cheated into the little double breakers. Same thing over here. This is the 100 amp sub panel. There's no main on this sub panel, it's over here. So we need to make sure that we got enough room on here to put an electric heat kit and upgrade the air conditioners to heat pumps.